Yo, people, what's going on? It's the Kitty G, aka EGTV, and I'm back with another video. Yes, I've changed my setup. If you guys want to see, I got a new monitor, and I'm just in my space trying to get myself sorted out. But big up to everybody watching. Today, I got a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful video for you guys. We're going to be talking about so many different things to discuss. Where do we begin? Brighton have seemed to have signed a possible Bissouma replacement. Also, Aston Villa, who do they think they are, have bid for another Smith-Rowe bid. A third successive bid has now officially come in from Aston Villa. On top of that, Matteo Guendouzi has left the club. Big up to Matteo Guendouzi. Have a good time over there in France. Hopefully you do well. And you know what? He left a very, very, very somber goodbye message to us Arsenal fans. On top of that, James Maddison. We're going to be talking about James Maddison. Woo, this is a good one. You guys want to get ready for that one. And then also we're going to be talking about Aouar, possibly forcing his way out of LYON, in addition to two Barcelona players currently being linked to Arsenal. All this and more today on EGTV's video. EGTV, do me a favor, guys, smash that like button. Only 50% of you guys who actually watch the videos are actually subscribed, so don't forget to subscribe while you're here. And hey, let's get to at least 100 likes on today's video. Let's get started. You already know what it is, EGTV. Let's get the show on the road the right way. And you know how we do that? Bang. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, how are you guys doing? Anyways, today for me personally has been an absolute mind. I don't even want to swear anymore. Just it's messed up my mind today. I was traveling from my house to Reading to London to Wickham, back to London, then to Oxford, then back home. Madness. But besides that, Arsenal has also been trending. Just to tell you guys what's trending right now, you have Brighton trending, you have Bissouma trending, you have Arsenal trending, you have Aouar trending, you also have, who else trending? Smith-Rowe trending. It's just been an absolute brain freeze of a day. People are fighting. Arsenal fans are angry. You got Chelsea fans who haven't signed a player. They don't care. They won the Champions League. They're chilling. But in my opinion, let me just start off by saying this. I have a difference of opinion here. You got Gunnar Express and Aslan who are very of the camp that say, you know what, Arsenal have not signed a player yet. We should all be somewhat concerned. And me and George, I feel like, are of the mindset of, you know what, Arsenal are getting the work started. They have done the groundwork for 3 deals, which are pretty much done and dusted. And I feel like this is going to be a very ambitious summer where we're going to get at least another. So we're going to get a center back in Bissouma. I mean, Ben White. We're going to be getting 2 midfielders in LOKONGA or Bissouma in the backup DM role. We're going to be getting an attacking midfielder. We don't know who it is. It could be James Maddison. We're going to also be getting a right back. We're going to be getting a left back. And we're going to guarantee get a goalkeeper because we currently do not have a goalkeeper for the beginning of preseason. Just to let you guys know a little bit of what's going on. But yeah, Azan, how you doing? Azan, you there?
Sorry, bro. Yeah, I'm blessed, man. Can't complain, man. How's everyone?
Everyone's good over here on my end. What about you, George? How you doing? Back in
all
Toronto?
Good, man. Yeah, personal life's been going blessed, so I'm happy. Work's all a little bit free. I can enjoy the weather now. So yeah, all good, mate.
Enough said. Gunnar Express, what's going on?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, keep it simple. And then James, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, but I'm the opposite of George. It's storming by me, so pretty depressed.
Okay, and then I'm just going to drop the link quickly so Muhdin can come in. Big up to Camt in the chat. Big up to Aslan in the chat and in the video. Big up to Qasim. Big up to George. Big up to Sohan. Hi, King Panda doing his thing or her thing, depending on who it is. We got Josh over here, Josh AFC. Mustafa, one of the moderators in the house. Yes, sir. We got Todd. I'd rather ESR than Smith-Rowe for 60+ million. He says, I understand. I think ESR is currently priceless. But we're going to be talking about all this and more. Muhdin has now joined us. Big up to Muhdin. How you doing, bro? Big up, bro.
Yo, big up, Egal. How are you doing, bro?
I'm kicking it, man.
All the panel, Aslan, and also Ghana Express, George, and James. Big up, bro. How are you all doing?
Big up.
Good, mate. Good.
Very well, brother Muhdin, bro. Hope you're well too.
Thank
Okay,
you.
so guys, in chronicle order, what we're going to be discussing today, first thing is Hector Bellerin possibly being linked to Inter Milan. So the thing with Hector Bellerin is Hector Bellerin has been linked to a move to Inter Milan. Aslan, you always want me to make sure I have my sources. So my source is, this claim is straight out of, one second, from sports, from Italia Sport over there in Italy. And they're saying that there's been no fee agreed between Arsenal and Inter Milan, but Inter Milan are the front runners currently for Hector Bellerin. And he's going to be either, if they don't go and get Dumfries, Bellerin is going to be the one that they're going to go for, and he's going to replace Hakimi over there at Inter Milan. Now, I'm going to ask you guys, Hector Bellerin for less than £20 million, are you guys taking it or are you leaving it?
100%, bro. I'm shaking your hand. I'm kissing your hand. I'm hugging you. I'm saying thank you very much. Enjoy your new player.
Bro, I'm paying Inter to take Bellerin. Fuck me.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, Hector Bellerin, I'm not really known to have quite a lot of agendas here, but, Hector really annoys me. So I don't go to the land of kind of abuse. I can recognize what he's done in the past, but I think Hector has really impeded our, not only defense, but even our attack in terms of how we're coordinated in the team. I think 20 million or less than 20 million is kind of a little bit too low. I would want 20 million kind of flat as a minimum for myself, but I think with Inter, they've got a lot of financial trouble. So I think it's going to be a dicey deal to kind of understand. Maybe a loan with obligation to buy is probably how we end up doing it. But as long as he's off the books and, he's in Serie A, I'll wish him all the best. But I don't think there's an Arsenal fan out there that's happy with Hector as our starting right back. So it's a very good sale.
Okay, they've denied, what you can see on the screen is Inter have denied agreeing personal terms, but they want £17 million for Hector Bellerin. Gunnar Express?
Yeah.
You taking that?
As I said, bro, I'm taking a bag of Skittles for him. He's trash. Get rid of him. Just get him out the club. The quicker we get him out, the quicker we can go and get someone else.
Simply put, you basically are just saying get rid of him, get in whoever we can get, and everyone here, so everyone's taking 17 million. Thumbs up, right?
Yeah, I'll take it. I think it's a little low though, bro. Like I think 20 million is very fair, but hey, if you could only get 17 plus add-ons when we get there, we'll get there.
Bro,
that's what the negotiations are saying. You know what Fabrizio Romano has said? Nothing is really concrete yet. But James, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Once he's gone, I'm happy. I don't care with the price. Fuck. The amount of times I've screamed at my TV because of him, I can't take it no more. Get him out.
Egal, I want to say one thing, okay?
Yeah.
I want to make it simple. First of all, if you see, like for example, Leicester, like Fury, the way they are moving, the way they're doing the transfer, I think we are the opposite. If we want to go forward, we have to throw these crap players, Even if for me, like even free for me, I will be very happy. Because this guy is done, man. This guy is done, man.
Okay, I would not go as far as saying a free transfer for Hector Bellerin makes sense in my books. He's still worth money to us. We still have him under contract for a couple more years. We need to at least get some money back. Everyone in the comment section, I haven't gone to you in a bit. I'm asking you guys right now, 17 million for Hector Bellerin. Thumbs up or thumbs down? Big up to Tim Smith in the chat. Somebody said here, 17 million thumbs down. Does anybody agree and understand why some people would say, you know what, they would not take 17 million for Hector Bellerin?
Probably the price, bro. Like I said, like I'm not happy with that price. So, I would want at least 20 million, pounds as a starting point, not even including add-ons. I think that's a very fair price for the market, but also like the dearth of right backs. There's not a lot of great right backs. So whatever you want to say about Hector Bellerin, like he's not good enough for our team, but in terms of options in Spain, he has interest with Valencia and other teams. I think 17 million is really poor. Like I would agree. I think it's a bad deal. I would want at least a minimum of 20. And Inter Milan aren't really kind of stout with money at this point, so I'm not really confident in that link going forward. I'll be honest with you, because they needed, I think, roughly 80 million euros for debt reasons, period, for their owners. And I think their idea of buying Hector would only be a loan with option to buy, and that just makes zero sense. So it's about returning our authority in the market here. So yeah, I'm upset with the price. I kind of agree there. I mean, I'll take it if that's the minimum, but let's not make it, you know, different. 17 million is a poor deal for Hector Bellerin. It really is.
Anyone else think it's a poor idea? Because I feel like everyone's public opinion is that this is a bad idea to keep him. If we can get 17 million, we should just take it. Some people are saying because he's going to just depreciate in value. Someone said Hector Bellerin's worth more, so thumbs down. Smith is telling people like and subscribe. Do you think, guys, do me a favor, smash that like button while we're here, and let's try to get today's video to 100 likes. Yeah, Hector Bellerin, man, it's going to be a problem. James, do you have a take on this?
On what Bellerin leaving?
No, how much we get for him in return.
Bro, I don't care, Egal, once he's gone. I mean, at the same time, you won't want to take too low of a price, but if we get 17 to 20 million, take it and run.
Okay. And Mahdeen agrees also, I'm assuming, because last time you did agree.
For me, like what George is talking about, I understand. Not less than 20 million. But as a club, if we want to go forward, we have to get players that are the level of Arsenal, you know. You're getting my point. Like 17 million and 20 million, there's not much difference I can see for me. Yeah, I'll take 70 million, thumbs up.
Okay, thumbs up. And then, so yeah, enough about that now, guys. Let's go on to the next thing. We've seen the Matteo Guendouzi propaganda on Twitter today. It was absolutely disgusting because a lot of people did not like Matteo Guendouzi while he was here. A lot of people actually wanted him out of the club after last season. A lot of people said he was not good enough to be playing, coming from the second division of France, coming into our team, this, that. A lot of people were against Matteo Guendouzi still being in our squad. The moment we sell him, or put him on loan for option to buy with criteria that are very easy to reach to make it an obligation to buy. Let me just point that out. Matteo Guendouzi was sold with an option to buy. He was not sold with an obligation. But the criteria are games played and minutes played. If he reaches that threshold, they have to it's no longer an option, it's an obligation. Okay, so I don't know what the criteria minutes and games played are. I'll find that out while I'm doing the video right now, but I know for a fact he has been sold to Olympique Marseille. He had the images done today. They did a spectacular video on their thing. I want Arsenal to do a DJ Khaled another one video, get us 5 signings, and then we can do another one when we do that. But yeah, I'm going to start with Azan. Azan, what do you think about Matteo Guendouzi's sale or / loan with an obligation or option to buy, whichever way you want to look at it?
For me, this whole Guendouzi thing has been an absolute mess. I feel that he should have stayed at Arsenal, but obviously the manager has a whole different opinion on him. Yes, obviously he saw him day in, day out in training, probably had a better understanding, but from my perspective, outside looking in, for me, you know, as a player, like he ticked all the boxes for me. The guy, when he was at Arsenal, you would never see him hiding. Always demanding the ball, even from senior players. Always wanted to move the ball forward, play a killer pass, drive into the opponent's penalty box, or and even possibly and even draw a foul. So like, you know, like the guy for me at his age epitomizes everything what I want in a player. But unfortunately, yeah, we've let him go. Like, look, so this still, what is it a sale or is it a loan with an obligation to buy?
Matteo Guendouzi's deal. So let me let everybody know what the Matteo Guendouzi deal is. The Matteo Guendouzi deal is straight up a 1-year loan with an option to buy. Now, before anybody loses their head, you have to understand that the option to buy has certain criteria that are attainable and are easily attainable. So we should not be that worried about that. The thing is, the reason why we did it this way is because they cannot afford to pay us the full amount right now. They're basically going to pay a portion of the actual sale price in the loan, and then they're going to give us the remaining money. So we're actually going to make more money this way. Then
It's
you-
an accounting thing, mate.
So is the figure made public, like in terms of what?
Yeah, 10 million pounds, mate. It's a 1 million euro loan and then an 11 million euro obligation.
So basically,
10 million pounds.
Once upon a time, he was valued at with a potential of what, 40 million pounds, and now we're getting rid of him for less than 10 mil. So yeah, look, it's terrible business. But you know, it is what it is, I guess.
I don't know. Look, I've been very consistent on Matteo Guendouzi. Like, I think he's a player that I've really believed in. I'm a staunch, actually, defender. I don't know why people find this surprising, but I think on talent, you know, he's a very, very talented youngster. You cannot doubt the ceiling of the player. I've always doubted the mentality, though. And, you know, I think there's a lot of stories that people are going back on Matteo Guendouzi, where it's not just Arsenal and it's not just the amount of times that he did it once or twice. This was a pattern of behavior. He did it at Lorient. He did it when he was back in PSG's academy, who got thrown out of the team by his manager. This isn't a one-time only Arsenal deal with him. He has had troubles with managers, and he does this. So I think he represents, though, everybody's kind of argument on individualism, where we're trying to create a culture, a team culture here, and people are more upset at the fact that we seem to be catering towards the team over individuals. I think that's where a lot of the outrage is on. And, you know, look, as much as I love young players, if you're going to have a poor mentality, you're never going to reach the heights that you're set to reach. You know, you have to have both talent and mentality in order to reach the top, and I don't think he has it. So for me, I'm happy in terms of a sale. You know, we're getting it out the door. It's somebody that we didn't need in the team dressing room and in that environment, and he's out. In terms of the price, look, people are citing at one point he was 45 million. Lads, like, this happens in context with players all the time, okay? Like, you know, context and kind of hindsight is wonderful when you're 2020 in that aspect. You know, there's tons of players that we've coached up and coached down in value. Ultimately, no one came in for him. At the price of 10 million pounds, no matter how much we do, there's no big team slamming on our door saying how great of a deal it was. So I think you got to be balanced in your approach with this. Fundamentally, we've swapped him for LOKONGA, somebody who we believe is the right mentality, a very youthful kind of approach in terms of another 6'8" conductor kind of player. We've swapped those areas and roles in the squad for each other. And I think for very similar fees in the end, you know what, 10 million pound sale plus a 17 million pound buy in LOKONGA. So when you look at it like that, I really don't understand the disappointment, to be honest with you. You know, at the end of the day, the manager said he's not good enough. At the end of the day, only Marseille came in, and we're not talking about Bayern Munich or anybody else coming in for him. So he's just a talented player with a poor mentality. And if we didn't feel that was going to align with our club, then why would we not sell him? I don't understand the outrage with it. I really don't.
So on the point about Bellerin and how you're upset that we're not selling him for more than 20 million, Xhaka, he's got a very shit mentality. He's a shit player, but you want 20 mil for him. Yet Guendouzi, you think that selling him for 10 mil is acceptable? I don't.
Well, no, I don't. I think it's a poor sale price at the end, but ultimately that's what the market dictates. If no one's willing to buy more for him, then sure. Mate, I said I was upset with 17. I would like 20 as a minimum, and I would have liked more for Matteo.
What you're saying is it's acceptable with Matteo because the market's like that, but it's the same thing with Bellerin. Nobody wants him. He's shit. He's got a shit mentality as well.
Yeah, and so, like I said, I would be upset with the sale price. I would like more, but if that's the market, then sure, that's the market. That's what we're going to get.
It's the same thing with Bellerin then.
It is. I don't know where you're who you're arguing with.
Do you think that he can change? Do you think that he can change?
Let me ask you this. Go ahead, Muhtin. You're going to ask him?
Yeah, I was asking Ghana Express that. Don't you think that he, first of all, he's young? Don't you think that he can change his mentality? You know.
Of course he can.
Yeah, could he change his mentality?
I mean, no, that's part of
the
He already is. He already is.
He's done it for 3 different managers and 3 different teams, lads. Like, you know, you cannot say that. He's done it in 3 different teams.
No, I can though, because I've been watching him at Hertha, and he
fell out with Hertha Berlin, Inter Express. Come on, mate. Be honest with it. He fell out at Hertha Berlin as well.
I will be honest with it. He did. He fell out with the manager who got sacked because he was poor. The new manager.
And he did it at Lorient, and he did it at the PSG Academy.
If you listen to what I'm saying, right?
That's the case, bro.
Look, you're going back upwards of 5 years here, George. Let's look at what happened literally a few months ago.
5 years behavior.
We're looking back at what happened a few months ago. The question was, can he change his mentality? So for you to go back 5 years is completely ignoring the question. In terms of can he change it? Yes, he can. He already is.
He hasn't changed it.
All these
for
people
5
talking
years
about
on
his
the
antics.
bounce.
All the people talking about his antics at Hertha Berlin, they know nothing about what happened at Hertha Berlin. I can tell they don't. You've read what the English newspapers have said, and you're believing everything they said. Again, I don't read the English newspapers when it comes to the Bundesliga. I read the German newspapers because they speak the sense of the Bundesliga. What happened was the team fell out with the old manager because they were not performing on the pitch. They were not happy with what he was doing. They sacked him because he was shit. They brought in a new manager who the players all liked. This same manager was the one who was praising Guendouzi, saying he was a big part of the team, saying he's got a great mindset and that he said, yes, he does have attitude issues here and there, but he said he's changing them with the birth of his child. He said he can see Guendouzi changing that mentality and that he already is. And that he was praising Guendouzi the whole time he's been there. So you're going back on a manager who got sacked because he was poor.
I'm going back on Lorient. I'm going back on PSG's academy. I'm going back on Mikel. I'm going back on every single manager that Guendouzi has had to date has fell out with Matteo Guendouzi.
That's great. That's great. But again, you're wrong because the newest manager at Hertha Berlin, the latest manager who managed him,
mate, you're basing it off a couple of months. You're doing it to a narrative.
I am.
Fundamentally,
no, I'm not doing it to a narrative, George. The question was, can he change his mentality? And over the last few months, you're going back upwards of 5 years. I'm going back the last few months.
I'm comparing 5 years over 2 months of data.
That mentality, with the birth of his child, his mentality is changing.
That's all up in the air, and it has nothing to do with his performances, mate. No, his performances didn't smash it out of the park.
We're not talking about so you're going now to his performances exactly because you're ignoring the fact that can he change his mentality.
No, I did both.
Okay, guys, I need to take this back now because I want to get other people's inputs in before we move on. Muhdin, what do you think about the Guendouzi sale?
Bro, for me, this guy, if his mentality cannot change for me.
What's going on with your audio, Muhdin?
Do you hear me now, bro?
No, bro, you got to jump out, jump back in.
There's like a bumping or something.
Yeah, jump out, jump back in. James, what do you think about the whole Matteo Guendouzi thing?
Bro, I think he's talented. He has some issues mentally. I mean, the way he his attitude, sorry. There's an echo.
No, continue.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, we can't do anything about it. As much as we want to cry and sit and say this and this, we have no control over what happened. So we have to move on. He's gone. I mean,
no way. Fabrizio Romano just tweeted, "Here we go."
No, he said, "Here we go soon. Here we go soon."
Where is it?
I don't know why people are excited anyway. This deal's apparently been done since June, from what I've been told by optimistic Arsenal fans. So I don't know why everyone's excited.
No, but he's literally just telling us what we already know.
Yeah, he does this though, Fabrizio. It's not like he's very much known for breaking scoop.
He gives you reassurance. I think he gives you.
But this is what we're talking about.
In a minute, already 2,000 likes and 250.
But Egal, this is what we're talking about swapping one player and rules for the squad here with LOKONGA, and in terms of Matteo Guendouzi. So in terms of looking at our squad and how we're moving, it's very simple. Once we do have a departure confirmed, we're moving on in terms of our incomings. I've said this for a while, that we have to expect this pattern. And I don't understand. It's not monetary. People keep confusing that. It's purely squad issue. So once Granit Xhaka is confirmed, I expect very strong links to our starting CM to kind of return and come in. And, we don't have to really wait for the AM, I think, because we've let go of, Ceballos and as well as Odegaard, who are playing foreign spots in that position. So that spot's open, but I think that's our biggest purchase. So you have to secure your cheaper deals first, or the ones that are not going to cost the most money first, and then you can move on to the next ones.
Since we're going to be talking about LOKONGA next, people in the chat, do me a favor, smash that like button. Let me know what you think. We're currently at 34 likes. Let's at least get to 40 in the next couple seconds. Now, people watching on Facebook, come join us for the rest of the video on YouTube. The link is underneath in the description. Now, big up to everybody watching. Now, let's get back into the actual situation. We have not signed anybody yet. Right? We have not signed nobody of note yet. We have not actually made an actual signing. But what we have done is we've lined up the deals for LOKONGA, we've lined up the deals for Ben White, and we've lined up the deal for Tavares. These three deals coming in the coming weeks. That's what they're saying. But are we still, there's still this anger and a lot of unharmoniousness going around with the fans. Now, I'm going to start with you, Aslan. Do you feel like these deals have not been signed yet, so you're still a little bit upset, or are you okay with the fact that you're seeing that they're starting to get stuff done?
No, I'm not okay. Yes, I am upset. Look, in life, it's fair to say that I mean, like, I believe that most of us here look at life in a half glass full way, right? That's our outlook in life, right?
Okay.
When it comes to football, some of us may also look at it that way as well, in that approach, half glass full. Me, when it comes to Arsenal, my glass is empty. I am thirsty, bro. I need my thirst to be quenched. Do you understand? I am not happy, bro. It's been nearly a week and we haven't made a signing, right? Forget about teams in the continent. I'm looking more closer to home. I'm looking at Premier League teams. Other teams that have finished above us are getting signings done. They've announced them, right? They had those links pretty much confirmed before the season was even done, right? We're taking our sweet ass time as usual. We're still thinking inside the box and not thinking outside the box. We're always taking this half-hearted approach into the transfer window. Yes, I am upset, very upset. People, you know, like, we've been hearing that we've got new additions to the boardroom, or, you know, when it comes to making signings, in this Tim Lewis guy, who's a lawyer, Richard Garlick, who's a chief contracts negotiator. Yeah. But for me, Vinay, Edu, and Arteta, after the winter window closed, I was told to be patient and that these guys are going to do all their necessary homework leading into the summer transfer window. If that was the case, we would have signed someone or announced a signing on July the 1st. We would have announced that we would have made a sale, right? The only activity that we've seen, or that we know that are facts, are under 23 academy players who have never seen or played a single minute within our men's squad. They've only been released, and Mavropanos. That's the only activity I have seen so far. These are the facts. Now, people are saying, well, you know, deals are close, but key word, they're not done. So you can tell me close all you want. I still want signings to be official. Until I see players holding up the Arsenal shirt and that is and it's made public and announced on Arsenal.com, I am not confident whatsoever.
Okay. Aslan, mate, like, don't you have to carry the same energy for the United Sancho deal? Because everyone keeps quoting this as an instance. And you know what I would understand? If people are upset that there's no first team additions happening, that I can understand, okay? But in terms of Sancho, factually, he hasn't signed the contract. They've just announced that they've had an agreement in principle here. They're not, I think people are arguing the semantics of this a little bit too much right now, because we've done similar, but we don't handle business like that. United do this. They announce their deals far in advance before they have the players. They've had precedent to do that. We just don't handle our business like that in the media. And so we have the same level of agreement with 3 players. Now, if you want to tell me, look, I'm upset, George, that there's no first team additions, then, like, cool, I can understand that. But to say that we haven't done business, that's just factually wrong. Like, we did do Mavropanos. We do have Guendouzi confirmed. We have Runarsson out on loan. We have 3 deals that are confirmed agreement in principle. It's the same thing. Now, if you want more first team additions, then cool, I'm there with you. I think we should have them in for preseason. But to say that we haven't done business, it's just wrong. In the first month, we've done 6 transactions. Our biggest window is 11. So I think to say that there's no...
Let me just add something, George. We're potentially going to be doing 13 transfers this window.
Well, there you go. Like, look, if we do more, cool, but I'm with the people that saying you can't confirm it until it's done. But right now, we factually have completed 6 transactions, and again, our biggest is 11. So when you're saying that there's no difference in terms of the negotiators, I can't agree there, mate. Like, we've done 6 in the first month. Now, look, if you want first-team additions before preseason, then cool. Like, I'm with you to be frustrated. But you can't sit there and kind of argue we've done nothing and go off on that tangent, because that's just factually not true. So
Yeah, but look, none of these outgoings are out and out sales. They're all loans.
no, mate, come on, they are. They're
loans.
They are, mate. Come on, guys. It's obligations to buy on very achievable outcomes. They're doing this for accounting reasons. Anybody that knows with business, they want to have it on the books for the next year. They don't want to have it on the books for this year. And so what they're doing is loan with obligations. They are sales. Runnerson is not. That's a loan. Cool. But they are outgoings and transactions that are completed because Runnerson counted as a playing spot, guys. So he had to get out. We had to take him out, and he's going to be replaced with a Conquo. Like,
okay, let me just mention this right now quickly. Tavares has done his medical. He's in the UK. Yeah. It's just pending to be announced. Okay?
Ooh, I think
that's one. That's one, right? Number 2.
No, but it ain't done yet. It ain't done yet.
LOKONGA, he did his medical.
LOKONGA, medical has been booked. Anybody who wants to know, the medical has been officially booked. He is scheduled to have his medical for Arsenal Football Club. The prices have been agreed between the 2 clubs. This is the second deal that should be closed and dusted before the end of the transfer window. Now, the third, we already know who it is, and we've mentioned it quite a lot. We've mentioned a lot of these deals, but I'm just going to play this quickly. And let's go. Yo, ladies and gentlemen, on today's show, we're going to be talking about a bunch of things. But first, we're going to talk about the man himself, Sergio Ramos. Yes, Arsenal are linked to Sergio Ramos. Arsenal are supremely interested in Sergio Ramos, but it looks like he might go to PSG. But Arsenal are looking at him for a possible deal and a free transfer. But of course, Ben White is also being looked at by a couple teams such as Everton and Manchester City. It also is confirmed that Nuno Tavares is on his way to England on a private jet. He will be signing for the club sooner than later. There's still no update on LOKONGA as of right now, but it looks like he's imminent to also be signed as the second signing. William Saliba was linked away to Newcastle, and his agent recently met with the club. And it looks like William Saliba will now be given a chance to play for Arsenal in the which was wrong, by the way. Anyways, enough about that. So I just needed a breather to get some water. But I'm going to tell you guys this, guys. From a lot has changed since that last video. As you can see, Ramos is not going to happen. As you know now, LOKONGA deal is pretty much done and dusted. The things changed quickly with Saliba. From a week ago, it went from he's not going to be loaned out to he will be loaned out to now he was possibly could have been sold to now saying, you know what? He's going to be still on loan for another season because the team wants him to get game time. Now, this whole window has been an absolute mess. I have a lot of things to talk about, but Gunnar Express, I want to hear your take on this quickly and concisely. Do you feel like the fact that we haven't officially signed somebody, you still have a lot of pessimism in your thoughts?
Well, exactly. The fact you can say whatever you want about how we've made transfer deals. The fact is we haven't. You can go off of what Romano said. You can go off of what these journalists have said. But until the club officially confirms something, or until Anderlecht or Benfica or Brighton officially confirm something, we haven't signed a player. So that's the facts. There's no other facts about it. I don't give a shit about the sales because we're selling players that we shouldn't really be. We need the players we need to sell: a Xhaka, a Bellerin, a Willock. We're not selling them. We're selling Mavropanos, who we didn't need to particularly sell yet. We're selling Guendouzi, who didn't need to be sold. We're getting rid of Runarsson on loan. I don't know how that helps us at all. He's still on the books. He's still our player, and he still will be our player next season. I don't get how anyone can sit here and tell me to be patient or sit here and tell me that I'm negative because I'm not excited about the window. We've signed 0 players when Leeds United are signing 2 people already, when Wolves are getting business done. Marseille, they're about to sign 4 players. They've already signed 2 or 3. So these smaller clubs, even the bigger clubs, Leicester, have signed 2 players. They're signing players now, and we're going to miss out on players. And the thing is about all these deals being, but they're already done. They just haven't been announced. I'm pretty sure Benzema, pretty sure Higuain, pretty sure Mvia, they were all done deals, right? They're not at Arsenal. They've never played for Arsenal. So I'm not hearing this, be patient and wait, because they are done. You're just being this and that. until the player's been confirmed, especially when you look at Arsenal as a club and the way that we've acted in the past, no, the player has not signed for Arsenal yet. That is it. And to be honest, I don't care about LOKONGA and Tavares like that. They're not first-team players. I don't give a shit. When they sign, great. But I'm not excited about them as much as I would be a Maddison or a Grealish or a first-team centre-back. And Ben White isn't that guy. Because if he's going to be our big signing that people are talking about, then we literally might as well not even be excited. Because Ben White, £50 million, there's just no point. And this is it. We're signing players that are cheap. We're signing players that aren't seen as first-team players first, because we're waiting to sell players like Willock so we can accumulate funds. This war chest doesn't exist. I don't want to hear that word again. There's no war chest. The Cronkies aren't spending money. That's it. They're waiting for player sales. And we're going to have to wait. We're going to have to wait till Xhaka's gone. We're going to have to wait till Willock's gone for 30 million. And that's the be-all and end-all. And again, like Aslan said, we haven't sold a single player yet other than youth academy players. They're loans. That's it. The official term is a loan. So they're not sold. We're not getting that money yet. So I'm not hearing this.
Okay, I get that. But Azan and Gunnar Express, we're going to go over this the whole time. I'm just going to move it on to James now. James, do you have a similar thought process of them?
Yeah, I pretty much agree.
Okay. And Muhtin, do you feel the same way?
About
The signings.
Yeah, the signings for me, LOKONGA, Ben White, those signings is not signing which is making me happy. For me, when I see Bissouma or when we get a right back, yeah, that's when I will be happy, because those positions are our but those positions are the positions that we need, and we have to get them. Yeah, not
So those are your priorities.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just going to quickly move on the conversation to the next topic. Big up to everybody in the chat. We got over 146 people in the chat. Do me a favor, guys. Smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new. Only 50% of the people who watch these videos are actually subscribed. So I don't know what's stopping you guys. Just subscribe, hit that subscribe button. And right now we're at 50 likes. Let's at least get this to maybe 70. Can we do that? That would be amazing. But yeah, continue. Laugh out loud. War chest, somebody says. 156 people in the chat. Big up to them. Ben White isn't even the best defender at Brighton. Now, let's talk about Ben White. I want to tell you guys right now, it has been 100% confirmed that Chelsea will not be taking Ben White. Chelsea will not be signing Ben White. Chelsea will not be entertaining the Ben White links. They are not interested in Ben White. It's not that they're not interested in Ben White, it's that they've seen that a lot of the groundwork has been done between the Ben White and Arsenal deal, and they are not looking to come in and try to lay the groundwork to get that deal done. They would rather just move on to a different center back target if they do want to get a center back. Manchester United are not interested in him. Liverpool cannot afford him. When it comes to Everton, the Everton links were weak and they were from the Daily Mail. They're not legitimate sources. When it comes to the deal for Manchester City are not going to entertain buying a center back until they have already sold Laporte. So the update with that is that this deal is still nailed on to be done after the Euros. Nothing has changed, just to let everybody know. Is everyone okay with that? We can move on from Ben White. Aslan?
Let's move on, mate. Let's move on.
All right, enough said. Moving on to the next one. If you guys have not heard, this man was trending today. He was trending today because he is looking to force a move out of Lyon. He is officially skipping training, trying to force a move away from Lyon. He is doing what he should have been doing a while back. He has now had enough, and he's trying to get a move away from Lyon. PSG are no longer looking at him. Real Madrid are no longer looking at him. Juventus are no longer looking at him. Now, the people leading the race looking at him are Tottenham, Arsenal, Napoli, and somebody else who I forget right now. But this is the situation. He has officially skipped Lyon's training. He's announced something on his Twitter saying that he will no longer, or something about saying a goodbye or some sort of goodbye message.
I think he was poo-pooing the story, mate. Like, he didn't skip training. Yeah,
what?
I don't think he didn't skip training. He was just saying that there was fake stories going about in terms of that. But I think it's clear that he wants out of Lyon. Like, his post was just that there was a fake story about him skipping training. He was in the hospital or something, and basically just calling out the media for making up a lie about that. But I love HOUSSEM Aouar. If people know anything about my account, I made a big transfer expectation back in December 2020, and HOUSSEM Aouar was like the top of my list. I love this player. He would be absolutely elite for our club, and I think he's at a very attractive price point. I don't think he's actually planned.
Thank you for correcting me, by the way.
Yeah, no worries. And I think that for Aouar, look, I don't think he's a plan A for us, and I don't think he's a plan A personally. I think he's looking for Champions League teams, but if we were to get him, that's an absolutely elite player. I don't think anybody can be upset at HOUSSEM Aouar because he has everything, mate. He can be an 8. He can be a left wing. You know, he can play even in a pivot. He dominated Manchester City with Ndombele in a pivot. He has consistent Champions League masterclasses. He's just an absolutely phenomenal player. I do think that we're looking kind of a little bit higher, personally. I do think that the Maddison rumor and link carries a lot more weight. I do see that as more of a plan A in our mentality, and then HOUSSEM Aouar would be maybe a plan B if we weren't able to get that done. But yeah, what's not to like about HOUSSEM Aouar, to be honest with you? He's exactly what we need. He's immense. Carries all the qualities that'll translate to the league too. I see some people saying, I don't know if he would translate to the Premier League. No, he'd be absolutely elite. He's great on the half turn, really great 5-yard burst. And I actually think a lot of his goal and assist contributions will change with the difference in role. So a lot of the time he's played in the pivot, or he's played kind of in left center mid, which is really more of a left mid in terms of how Lyon play. But when he first broke on the scene, he was a left wing, and he had a lot of great output there. So I think he could perform that kind of role for us very similarly. And of course, he can slot into a 3, right? Like what's beautiful about him is you don't need to change substitutions to go from a 2-man midfield to a 3-man midfield. You just tell Aouar to drop off from the wing, and maybe you put on like a Martinelli at left wing, and that becomes, from a pivot to a 3-man midfield very easily. So he's excellent, mate. I'd be absolutely ecstatic with this, but I do think that James Maddison's our plan A, and then he's plan B.
Okay, I'm just gonna go to Muhtin next. Muhtin, HOUSSEM Aouar, thumbs up or thumbs down, mate?
Yeah, for me, bro, thumbs up. Yeah, it's exactly what we need, and if we get him, for me, I'll be very happy. Yeah, thumbs up for me.
Okay, Greener Express.
No, thumbs down. Don't want him. Just another player with a high FIFA potential. I don't see the hype. His stats aren't great. We need a goal-scoring midfielder, is what I've been told by many people. He doesn't really bring either of those two things, whether it be goals or assists. Yeah, I don't want him. Not good enough. He didn't do much for Lyon, in the last 2 seasons. He didn't carry them the way that Saka, the way that Smith-Rowe carried us. So I don't want him. He's not good enough. If he can't perform in the French league, as many optimistic Arsenal fans like to tell me, if they can't perform in the French league, they can't perform in the English league. So no, thank you.
Okay, people in the chat, let me know what you guys think. Aslan, and then I'm gonna go to James last.
Thumbs down for me. I don't want him, bro.
Okay, why?
Well, I mean, look, I'll be real. I don't watch the French league in general, so it's and I don't really watch HOUSSEM Aouar that closely. But from what I've been told, that this past season hasn't been a great season for him. Hence the reduction of his valuation. So look, I just feel there's better quality out there, better options, and we should be looking more closer to home.
Okay, just to let you guys know, Eduardo Higgins just tweeted out that there's an article from LE10 Sport stating that Arsenal have submitted an offer about around the valuation of 20 million euros for HOUSSEM Aouar.
Yeah, I don't know if I believe that. I'll be honest with you. In terms of links, I'm sure we're interested, but again, I think that James Maddison's our plan A, and HOUSSEM Aouar, I'm sure we're interested, but as a plan B to if we don't secure our top targets.
Yeah, I just put the actual tweet and the article on the thing. James, what do you think about HOUSSEM Aouar? For you, is it a thumbs up or thumbs down, man?
Thumbs down. I would have taken him last summer. But like what Aslan said, from what everyone is saying, this season, wasn't it? I would much rather James Maddison.
Okay.
What's kind of crazy, though, Egal, is a lot of people are saying they would have taken him last season. A lot of his stats are better this season. And you know, I don't understand the narrative on it. I mean, if you think he didn't score enough goals, you know, that's a fair, valid argument, I guess, if you wanted something different in profile. But a lot of his stats, especially creatively, are a lot better this season. So it just goes to kind of show like the back and forth about what you may believe in terms of narrative, because you know, for his supposed poor season, his stats are actually much better than they were last season.
Look at it this way, George. For a player who's coming out of a team that's going through one of their worst times right now, and he's not able to carry them, how are we expecting him to come into our team and carry us?
He stepped up on the biggest stages, Egal, in back-to-back Champions League campaigns.
No, he's done it. He's done it in the Champions League. He's done it in the Champions League, but right now they're in a situation where they are effed up financially, and they cannot afford to have players. They cannot afford to have players that are not giving them purple patches throughout the entire season, and having times where the whole team drops their levels. He's not the one carrying them.
I don't know about that, mate. I really don't think that's fair, especially on the biggest stages. He competes, and he doesn't only compete, he excels. There's consistent, you know, performances, not only in 1 year, but in many years, and back-to-back Champions League performances against Manchester City, Juventus. You can't really debate the quality, you know. And in terms of asking about downing tools, Boubakary Soumaré did the exact same thing when he didn't get his move. Like, these things happen. Now, I think it's very important to note, though, that I don't think he's our plan B. But to say that he's not quality or he doesn't improve us, or that you have to be in the Premier League in order to come and adapt, I think it's a little bit ridiculous. Like, our best team and our best imports have come from foreign French imports, if you're looking at Arsenal as a whole. So in terms of a mentality, though, we seem to be doing domestic imports. That's the only reason why I think he's a plan B and he's not a plan A. It's not because of quality. I think it's because that's the pattern of our window. Like, when you do go look at it, we don't mind foreign imports for squad depth, but our big signings seem to have been linked with domestic stuff. James Maddison, Ben White, like those big money signings seem to be domestic imports. And look, I don't really agree with that mindset. I think you get a good player regardless. I don't really think you need to have Premier League proven players, but that's the way that we're going to go. Then I think that's it, right? And James Maddison's our plan A. It's very clear. And I would love James Maddison, by the way. So I'm not upset.
We're going to talk about him in a bit. But before we talk about James Maddison, we got to move on quickly. Everyone's been asking about him. Okay, I just need to clarify something. This is fake news. Fake. It's not real. Don't believe it. What they're saying about this guy right here, Locatelli, being linked to Arsenal, being used, Arsenal's name was being used to run a price up. Arsenal's name was being used so Juventus could try to work quicker. So Sassuolo could try to get their deal done quicker. This whole thing, we were used as a pawn to try to entice Juventus to move quicker for the player. Don't get me wrong, Arsenal might have been interested in the player, but I don't believe that we submitted a bid. I don't believe that we actually tried to make a move for him. I don't believe the reports that he said no to Arsenal. I believe that he does want to join Juventus. But if this is considered a player refusing to join Arsenal, then Sancho refused to join Chelsea and Liverpool. Then Pepe refused to join Manchester United. Gabriel refused to join Manchester United. Then Partey refused to join Chelsea. This is absolutely media spin to piss off Arsenal fans. And you know what? They're pissing me off right now, because when I heard the report, it specifically said Manuel Locatelli has said no to Arsenal. What? He said no to Arsenal. I'm sorry. Get your facts straight. The player wanted to join Juventus. His priority was to go and join Juventus. That doesn't mean he said no to Arsenal. That just means he has other priorities for his career, and he wanted to move to a different team. Doesn't mean he said no to joining Arsenal. It just means he prefers to join someone else. No player just goes out and says, oh, no to this team. It's always they prefer this team over that. Let's be real. Come on. Stop with the fake news, people. Stop with the fake news. But yeah, Azan, when you seen this, you must have laughed, eh? Azan, you there? You eating dinner? Hello? All right, Gunnar Express. I want to go to you then.
No, but it's real. I think it's hilarious that a lot of Arsenal fans were getting gassed up about this signing. When rival fans said it wasn't true, we all said, no, it is true. We do want him. The minute he says he don't want to sign for Arsenal, Arsenal fans say, "Oh yeah, we never were linked to him anyway." It's a bunch of rubbish. Egal. The guy.
I never wanted him. You can take that for a fact. I did say that numerous times.
Neither did I.
I don't think it's a matter of whether we wanted him. Arsenal fans believed the rumours. And the minute that he goes against the club, the minute he says, I don't want to go to Arsenal, Arsenal fans flip that and say, we never wanted him anyway. Or we were never interested. It was just Juventus links. It's a bunch of rubbish, Egal, man. It's what Arsenal fans do. They flip it to fit narratives. And at the end of the day...
Do you think that's fans, though, Gunnar Express, though, mate? Like, to be fair, Chelsea did the same with Hakimi, right? Like,
Look, I'm not excusing other fan bases. I banter United all the time about the Gabriel stuff because, I'm sorry, they wanted Gabriel. They wanted Pepe. They did. All their fans said they were going to get them, and they didn't. And every fan base does it. But I'm calling out the Arsenal fans right now. We did want him. The club did want him. I know we did. A lot of fans did want him. I was included. I wanted Locatelli. He rejected us. That's it. The guy wanted Juventus. We already knew that. But I don't think it's just that. I think there's other incentives in there. Maybe we're not paying him the money that Juventus were going to offer him. Maybe we aren't competitive enough. Maybe it's the fact that we aren't in the Champions League. Maybe he doesn't like Arteta. There's loads of different hypotheticals there. You can't select which one you want via your narrative. Example, I could easily say, oh, the reason why he didn't come was because you don't like Arteta. But there's no truth in that. There's no logic in that. There's no facts in that. So there's probably reasons why he rejected us. Maybe it's just as simple as I don't want to be in England. Maybe it's just I want to be in the Champions League. Or maybe it is I don't like Arteta. But at the end of the day, Arsenal fans can't now say we never wanted him, we were never interested, because you're just asking to be bantered. At the end of the day, Arsenal fans wanted him. I wanted him. I thought we'd definitely be interested. I think we were interested. I do think we put a bid in, or at least we were thinking of putting a bid in. And I think he's rejected us. So you just got to hold that.
Stop you right
hold
there.
that L.
I will. If I have to, I will run a poll. But let me ask you guys right now in the comment section. Let me know. Do you genuinely believe this is fake news or real news? Right? Because I think it's fake news. Right? I do get that a lot of people did want him, Manuel Locatelli, but we were told from the beginning his preferred position is to go to Juventus. From the first day we were linked to him till the last day, we were told his preferred position was to go to Juventus. So nothing has changed, Gunnar Express. They have just found a way to make the same story sound more sexy by saying he refused to join Arsenal.
I don't agree. I think
we were. I'm in both boats. Look, I think we were definitely interested in the player, just like we were interested in, say, a Buendia, but we were interested to a point. And I don't think that it went anything beyond informal talks with, kind of the president saying, look, if we were interested in Locatelli, this is the price we would be willing to pay. But I don't think it ever went beyond that, because I really think that we're going to look for a different profile in midfield. And when we're replacing Granit Xhaka, I've never believed that we're going for that type of midfielder. And just like I feel that Buendia wasn't our number one target, like we clearly bid for him, that we were interested to a point, but he was not, we didn't get rejected by Buendia. That did not happen. We're clearly willing to spend to a certain price, but he wasn't our plan A. And that's what I think this Locatelli thing is. I do think our name was brought up to get Juventus to come to the table and pay up. I do think that's true. But if we really wanted Locatelli, and I agree with Gunnar Express, you can't make hypotheticals though. Like maybe he didn't want to come to England. That's totally true. But to say that we didn't have the money for it, it's ridiculous, because he's going to go for 40 million euros, right? It's not going to be higher than that, and we're spending more on Ben White. So to say it's not in our price range, that's not true. But again, I think we're looking for somebody different, and I want us to look for somebody different. I don't want to have a deep lying playmaker there. Personally, that's the personal thing, though. Everybody has different thoughts, but I'd rather we return to kind of our invincible roots. So I'm looking for a much more kind of dual monster in there, personally. But yeah, it's weird. Look, Egal, these things happen with links, right? We all fans, we do it. We're all guilty of doing it. I just want people to be consistent. Like I've been on Twitter before even Locatelli came out. I said no to the deal. You can go back and you can look at receipts. I did not want Locatelli.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Okay, guys, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I don't want to talk too much about this because there's a bigger issue. Abdullah, big up to you. You're a Chelsea fan, but I let you on because you wanted to come on. You're a nice guy. Just don't start singing about the Champions League or else you're getting kicked out. Next.
Don't worry, I'm calm, bro.
Next. Guys, I'm going to piss you off.
Yes. Barca in the mud, that corrupt UEFA loan, a bunch of pricks. They deserve everything they're getting right now. Flipping 200 M's in debt. Yeah, getting the bin all of you about flipping.
Okay, so Barcelona have been linked linking their players away, and today we've been linked to a loan for Griezmann, and once again we're coincidentally linked to a move for Coutinho. Now, I've read the article. The Coutinho thing is a suggestion from a writer that works for the Sun, and the Griezmann link originally was a Spanish outlet. Am I mistaken? And they were saying that Arsenal might consider him on loan if Lacazette is sold. Now, both things somewhat make sense, but here's where I'm confused. Barcelona are in financial difficulty. Griezmann's getting paid upwards of 500 million euros. Coutinho's getting paid upwards of 300 plus million euros per week. Why? Sorry, not million, K. So 500K and 300K. Why would we, Arsenal Football Club, break our whole wage structure to take one of these guys on loan? It makes no sense. It's fake news, in my opinion. I don't think it's real. I want to know what you guys think. Do you think this could actually happen? Because I think Barcelona want to get rid of the player. Arsenal have not inquired, but we are being linked to them because it's easy, just connecting of dots. But yeah, Muhtin, what do you think?
Yo, bro, for me, I don't trust these things, bro. For me, these links every day we are linking to a player. For me, these things I don't trust. We need Maddison, bro. We need Maddison for me. I don't think that Griezmann will come. Coutinho.
Griezmann shit anyway. Why would you want Griezmann?
Nah, Griezmann's a baller.
No, he's
One
shit.
second.
Griezmann is no shit, bro. But Coutinho,
Griezmann shit.
Coutinho hasn't been. I think he was not even getting a game time.
Okay, I'm just gonna make it simpler. Thumbs up or thumbs down on both of them on loan.
On loan.
Anyone saying yes to either of them on loan?
Egal, I don't want either, but I'm just saying when you say that why would we break our wage structure, whatever, to loan them in? Just saying we broke our wage structure to sign Willian, so we're definitely able to do it if we wanted to. If we were stupid enough, we've shown already that we are.
We would not only break our wage
structure. We're not going
structure.
to get either of them, but I'm just saying we can break our wage structure to sign shit players.
We've done it before. For Griezmann, we would not only break our wage structure, we would make him the highest paid Arsenal player in history.
No, I know, but I agree. And again, I'm not saying that like these two in particular, but I'm saying that Arsenal would break the wage structure to sign crap players. We've done it before with Willian, so it's just I don't think we're going to get either player. I don't think we should get either player. I think again, it's just a way of they're trying to sell them, link them to Arsenal. It's an easy link, but yeah, Arsenal we're able to do the stupidest stuff, and if it means breaking wage structures for crap players, then we'll do it.
Yeah,
but I mean, as I said, they're both crap players anyway. I don't want either. If we got either of them, I'd be upset. They're both rubbish.
Yeah, Abdul, I think I'm getting playback from your mic, so I'm just gonna mute you. James, you were gonna say something?
Oh yeah, I was just saying they're both fucking shit and it's bullshit rumors.
Okay, enough of that. Artekas?
I will take Griezmann.
Say it again.
I take Griezmann.
You would take Griezmann? No, speak up. I can't hear you.
On loan, I will take Griezmann.
Speak directly to the mic. You're far away from your phone.
Am I audible now? Yeah. So I was saying that
Bro,
I will take
Griezmann
for 1 year.
Okay. I think Griezmann's rubbish at this point, but he would still be better than some of the players that we have. It's just I don't think we're going to pay him that much money. We need younger, better quality players with scope to grow, and giving that kind of wages. His annual wages is the same amount that we'd be signing LOKONGA for. Do you realize that?
Bro, or else HOUSSEM or Maddison. But the first choice is Bissouma. If you get Bissouma, then that's perfect, bro.
I don't know why we're mentioning Maddison and that in the conversation with Griezmann. Griezmann wouldn't be a cam; he'd be a striker. If you really think Griezmann's going to come in and do better than Martinelli, Bellerin, Aubameyang, or Lacazette, you're deluded. Because he's not. The guy's crap. If he hasn't got good players near him, he's rubbish. That's it.
No, you cannot say that. Bro.
No, I can though, because when he's been in Barcelona's team without Messi, he does nothing. He's literally useless without Messi.
Bro, you see what he did when he was at Atletico. You cannot just say like that.
Yeah, but that was almost 3 years ago. And again, look at the players he had with him. Better players than what we have.
Guys, enough about that. Aslan, do you care about the whole Barcelona link? You just want to move on?
Bro, I'm not interested whatsoever. You know, with the financial trouble that they're in, I don't want us in any way, shape, or form approaching them and giving them a handout. So for me, F Barcelona, F Real Madrid. They're in the mud. They deserve it. They deserve everything that's coming to them. I don't want any of their players, bro.
As well, quickly, on the road that Barcelona are going, within the next 15 years, they're going to get relegated. They're not going to have the money to be a big club anymore.
Can I ask one question?
Go ahead. What were you going to say?
If Frankie de Jong is available, then will you take it?
I didn't hear what you said. Say that again.
You're really muffled,
If
bro.
Frankie de Jong is available from Barcelona, will you take him?
100%. I would take him.
Yeah, Frankie de Jong is a baller. Frankie de Jong's a baller, 100%.
Yeah, I
think
they're young players. The likes of Pedri, the likes of Ansu Fati and Trincao, who's just gone to Wolves. These guys are ballers. It's the older guys that are rubbish. The ones that are on stupidly high wages. The Griezmanns, the Dembélés, even Messi at certain extents. Not as a bad player.
Okay,
but the wages he's on.
Guys, 1 second. Let me just put my hands up and let's just. Brighton have signed a player, guys. Should we care? I think we should, because this could be the Bissouma. This could be the Bissouma replacement. And I wanted to talk about this more than I wanted to actually talk about the whole Barcelona thing. So let's just move swiftly on. Bissouma was absolutely trending today. Brighton was trending. They've signed this player from RB Salzburg, brought them straight, and he might be playing straight into that midfield, starting off next season, starting in the midfield, either next to Bissouma or Bissouma could be sold. Now, Bissouma is being linked to Barcelona. No, why did I say Barcelona? Bissouma is being linked to Liverpool and Arsenal. So I think we need to go get our man, take him by the scruff of the neck, and be like, give us Bissouma. And if they don't give him to us, we're going to give them another extra 5 million just to get Bissouma, in my opinion. 35 million, boom, Bissouma's our player. 30 million should do it, but if they want more, give them more, because he's that good. And he's still young with a lot of scope to grow. This is not the player we want, guys. This is their replacement for Bissouma. That has given Arsenal a big boost, and we should all be excited, because now we could have Bissouma coming. We could have Ben White coming, LOKONGA coming, Bruno Tavares, a goalkeeper, another right back, and possibly, just possibly, a player in attacking third. That could be up to 8 players this window. Who knows? It could happen.
Egal, sorry, bro. Just quickly, how old is this guy?
I think he's what, 21?
21. The guy looks 41, bro.
I don't think he's a replacement.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro. This backdating the birth certificate is still all well and good in Africa. Look. I don't mean that in any disrespect. I don't mean any disrespect to any African brothers watching. That stuff still goes on in Turkey today, bro. Like backdating birth certificates.
No, he's 23, my guy. He's 23.
Bro, all right, 23. Then the guy looks 43, bro.
He's a baby face. What are you talking about? He looks 43.
Baby face? Are you serious, bro?
Bro, the man's baby face. What do you mean? Let me show you.
Bro.
He has no facial hair. Literally, he looks like a kid.
Unbelievable, bro.
He looks like a kid.
Unbelievable.
Look at him. He looks like a kid.
Baby kid, bro. Bro, I can see white hairs on his chin.
He has no chin hair.
Yo, he's
This is unbelievable, bro. Oh my! Look, I'm sure the Brighton fans are over the moon, but this is crazy, bro.
I don't think he is. Crazy. I don't think he is a Bissouma replacement, personally. I don't think they don't even play the same sort of role, apparently.
Bro, again,
he can, mate.
Look, let me be crystal clear. I didn't mean that in a disrespectful way. Big up my African brothers. I'm just pointing out what's been happening. Do you know what I mean? And look, that still happens in Turkey. So
it happens in Somalia too. It's normal.
Well,
no, but
there you go. But look at it like the guy does not look 23 to me.
This guy is not going to come in and straight away replace Bissouma. They're not stupid enough to do that. That's too risky to replace one of the best players with some unproven guy from Salzburg, who I don't even think started much for them last season. Maybe I'm wrong. Probably did.
He did, mate.
But yeah, I just don't see him being the biggest replacement. I also don't see them selling 2 of their best players, if not, arguably their best player in Bissouma and their second best defender in Ben White. Why are they going to sell both of them to Arsenal? It's just not going to happen. I don't care what anybody says about Yeah, but they're a smaller club, whatever else. They're not going to do that. They're not going to sell both of their best players or two of their best players to a Premier League rival. It's just not going to happen. So,
Egal,
for me, make the choice: Bissouma or Ben White, and I know which one I'm picking.
Egal,
I disagree. The fact that we have done the Ben White deal with them, we have a good negotiation.
Egal, brother, please, Egal, please. Look, bro, look. Look, I'm not.
Why are you
I'm not
saying
trying to
like
be argumentative. Bruv, how is it done? How?
It's not done. They're still negotiating it. They keep saying it.
Don't go off of the timeline where certain people have edited photos to make it look like Ben White is an Arsenal shirt. He's not. Arsenal.com have not made it official, my bro. Please.
Aslan,
Bro,
it's not even there's still reports coming out today.
If Brighton have signed this player to replace Bissouma, why haven't we? So I expect Bissouma to be announced tomorrow, right? Then if you say to me that can't happen, okay, I expect Granit Xhaka to be announced as a Roma player tomorrow. So in order for us to get Bissouma,
yo, you might be onto something. Granit Xhaka might be announced tomorrow as a Roma player.
well, he better, because I don't want to be hearing excuses. Oh, he's on holiday.
Yeah, I want to see.
I think
I think
Granit Xhaka is going to be announced kind of later in the week or early next week. But in terms of this and the Mwepo, yeah, he definitely played. He was a starter for Leipzig. He's a great player, by the way. Like I think we should actually
tell me his position, bro. What is his position?
He's a CM/DM. He's kind of that 6'8" profile where for Leipzig he played a little bit farther up.
Yeah, Bissouma is
How
going
much do they pay for him?
I don't know the fee, but just his profile, because I've watched him before, he's a great player. He's much more of like your 6'8", but he played a little bit higher up, kind of like what Bissouma did for Lille, where he was more of a box-to-box player, but he's certainly able to sit, and just like Bissouma can convert that way. But Bissouma, in terms of Mwepo, it's very clearly a potential replacement. He could fill in the role in terms of what he's going to do in that team. But I think any kind of Bissouma sale really depends on a Granit Xhaka sale, right? Like we've talked about that. You need to have a departure out before you get an incoming in. And Bissouma is the exact kind of player I want in profile there. And he's been my plan A. Everyone knows that I wanted Samare. He was my top choice for the position. But in terms of plan B, Yves Bissouma doesn't get much better. I think there's a lot of lies that gets talked about on Bissouma. Just, sorry, really quickly to get it in. People are telling me that he's not progressive. I think you guys need to go back and watch what he did for Lille, because you know what? Bissouma is insanely progressive. He ranked in the 89th percentile for progressive passes. So just because he doesn't do a role for Brighton in that aspect doesn't mean he can't do it. People need to start watching players and not go based off narrative.
Okay, so I think they pay. Is it that they've paid 20 million for him, or is it that they are hinting at lowering their price for Bissouma to 20 million? Which one is it? Because
they're not. Why would they lower their price? I don't get. Arsenal fans baffle me. Why?
No. I'm asking a question because when I see the article from Football London saying "Get it done," Arsenal fans spot Bissouma transfer as a hint that Brighton are making a 20 million pound decision. So I think that title meant that 20 million pounds is what they paid for this guy, and that means that Bissouma could be leaving. Now, is it a boost? Yes, it is. It is a boost. No matter what you guys say, them signing a midfielder in their midfield does give Arsenal a better odds of now getting Bissouma, because they have another body in that position, which means they would be more likely to now switch Bissouma out.
Well, not just Arsenal, right? Like it just all you can really infer from this is that in terms of a Bissouma sale, it's on the cards, right? I whether or not Arsenal's interested or not, I don't know, but yeah, he's definitely going.
Can we more look at it like this? Again, Arsenal fans, a lot of people they make me laugh because Arsenal fans only look at Arsenal. They don't look at any other reason for something happening. If it isn't Arsenal, it doesn't exist. Why not look at it like this? Brighton's midfield, bar Bissouma, is shocking. They've got Lallana in midfield. They've got Pascal Grouse, who I don't think is remotely good at all. What if this guy is coming in a way of him being more defensive, so that Potter can use Bissouma's more progressive abilities and push him further forward? Or what if Bissouma's going to sit back and stay where he is and they push this other guy forward? This is what I'm saying. Arsenal fans only look at things in one perspective.
Bro.
And that's benefits for Arsenal. Look,
the Italy-Spain game is starting in a couple minutes, and I have to get through the main story. We haven't mentioned the main story, so I'm gonna start with James. James, what do you think about James Maddison for possibly 60 to
Bro,
70 million.
I said it before. I love Maddison. I said 80 million is way too much. Anything between 50 and 60 million, I would happily welcome him in to Arsenal.
Okay, so I'm going to ask the same thing to everybody else. But before I do that, I'm just going to explain what I'm talking about. And I'm just going to introduce everyone back from Facebook and Twitter. So the reason why we're talking about James Maddison today, because there's been two stories about James Maddison. One, it looks like Leicester are trying to convince James Maddison to stay because he has had his head turned by Arsenal. That is one report. And the second report is Arsenal could possibly buy James Maddison because Leicester might put him up for sale for £60 million. That's lowering their valuation of £80 million from a couple of weeks ago to £60 million because the player's head has been turned and his value could be reduced if he tries to force the move. Now, everyone, let me know what you guys think in the comment section by putting a thumbs up or thumbs down for James Maddison for upwards of £60 million. I personally think £60 million for James Maddison. If we could put another 40 million, try to get Jack Grealish, but we're not going to do that. So I'll take it any day of the week. I will take it. But I feel like he could be staying at Leicester for just another season because he does have Europe with Leicester and we don't have Europe. But if we were to pay 60 million, would Leicester refuse? Possibly. I think they might take the deal. But yeah, I'm going to throw it over to you, Azan. Azan, what do you think about James Maddison for 60 million to Arsenal?
Look, he wouldn't be my first choice. If we're looking to pay that much for an attacking midfielder, I would go and slap that money on Aston Villa's table because the way they've been trying to flex in the last couple of weeks is unbelievable, right? The audacity, I just don't understand. So look, 60 mil is a lot of money. If we've got that type of financial power, go all out, sell whoever you need to sell, add more to that 60 mil and go and get Jack Grealish. We should be at that table having that discussion with Jack Grealish. It shouldn't only be Man City. So for me, it's a thumbs down.
What would be the Maddison replacement? What would the Maddison replacement be, George? Let us know. Because look, you got a Leicester City fan here saying take him. Wow.
There you go. This is the point I was trying to.
Go ahead, Abdullah.
No, but for me, James Maddison is massively, well, not massively, but he's just overrated for me. I don't think he's a good player, but he's not as good as what everyone says. I think Arsenal, if James Maddison's worth 60 M's, then Jack Grealish is worth 150 M's. Because for me, when people were trying to compare Grealish and Maddison, they're not in the same galaxy. Jack Grealish is light years ahead of this guy. James Maddison, for me, is just another one of them ballers who statistically looks good, but then if you use your eyes and watch him play, more time the reason why his numbers look good is because he spams balls every time he gets it, or he tries to take long shots, and every once in a while they come off. Trust me, I'm telling you right now, as someone who's got experience signing dead players from Leicester like Danny Drinkwater, there is no
Ben Chilwell guy, yeah.
Nah, Ben and Jerry's ice cream's a legend. Don't diss him.
Okay,
technically
he is a legend because they won the Champions League. But yeah, Abdullah, thank you, bro. Have a good one. Now, Muhtin, last point. James Maddison, 60 million. Yes or no?
For me, as you say that, I would like us to get Jack Grealish, but James Maddison, yeah, 60 million. Yeah, still taking. But his problem is injury. Yeah, his injury record is far too many. So.
He's injury proof.
But we need the 10. Yeah, we need that position, and if we get him, yeah, it will be a good addition to our squad.
Okay, thank you, Muhtin. Have a good one. James, what about you?
On what?
James Maddison,
bro. I think I said what I had to say. He is a little injury prone, but I don't think it's as bad as people say it is. Because if you look at statistically, Grealish has missed more games due to injury. So people have to take that into consideration. And even if he does miss a couple of games, Smith-Rowe comes in. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, they already have Tielemans as their replacement, supposedly. Anyways, Gunnar Express.
Yeah, I agree with Aslan. I want Grealish, obviously. And this whole thing that we should just write this Grealish deal off, I think, is quite pathetic. I think it just shows that we as a fan base don't have the ambitions that we used to have, because otherwise we'd be demanding the best of the best in each position. And Grealish is gettable. I get the money's a lot, but it's not. We're dealing with Aston Villa. We're not dealing with Barcelona, Real Madrid, one of these big clubs that, you know, have this major pull. It's Villa. We should be able to go to Villa with the money, put it down on the table. Jack Grealish should be. The incentive should be there to join Arsenal, and that should be it. But again, we as fans we just take the banter. We accept. A lot of us, you know, we all say, "Oh, Villa are smaller than us," blah blah blah. But then we say, "Why we can't get Grealish? We can't get him. Why can't we get him?" It baffles me. But yeah, this kind of links for me with the Smith-Rowe thing. Why are Villa going after Smith-Rowe? Because they don't see us as a big pulling power in the market anymore. So they're trying to take our players.
He's signing a new deal, so that we don't have to worry
that's
about
fine.
that.
I'm not worried about that. But the simple fact that Villa are coming in for him proves that they don't see us as a big pulling power. But in terms of Maddison, I agree. I think he is injury prone. I can hear the facts that, you know, Grealish has missed more games, whatever. But you've got to look why. Grealish gets tackled all the time. He's the most tackled player for the last 2 years in the Prem. Maddison isn't. He barely gets tackled, to be totally honest. So he picks up injuries that aren't particularly forced, and that worries me, especially with the way some of our players have not recovered well from injuries recently. The likes of Partey, possibly Tierney as well, you could add to that list. So I'm not the biggest fan. I'd much rather have someone like a Sabitzer or, you know, Smith-Rowe. You know, we've got that Smith-Rowe guy who's pretty decent, so I'd rather him.
Yeah, never heard of him. Nice mention. Anyways, peace out, bro.
Yeah, never mind.
Azan, I'm gonna go to you. I'm gonna go to you last, George. But Azan, what do you got to say about the whole thing?
Just with our transfer in general, or with this Maddison?
Maddison possibly transferred from 60 million plus to Arsenal.
Bro, like I said, thumbs down for me. There's a much player we can go out there and identify. And again, look, unfortunately, because of the lack of ambition from our ownership, it's infected our fan base into accepting mediocrity. We're being told that we should be lowering our standards. For me, that's never been the case. Never accept mediocrity. Always demand more. For me, we need to go all out and get Jack Grealish. That guy would be levels above Maddison. That would make me believe that the ownership are looking to change things and move us forward. So if we get anything less than Jack Grealish, unfortunately, I won't believe in this ownership any more than I have so far. So for me, yeah, it's just a thumbs down. I don't want Maddison.
Okay, enough said. Big up to you, Azan. George, last but not least, what do you got to say?
Bro, I love James Maddison. I think this is such a smart deal. I don't understand what people are saying. You know, on one hand, they want people from the Premier League that fit the bill in terms of coming in. And then, you know, when you have an absolutely elite player like James Maddison come in and you're linked, you're like, oh, no, I don't really want him. There's a lot of narrative here. You know, a lot of people are saying he's just a set piece specialist. That's just absolute lies. That was only his first season in Leicester where he did that. If you actually look at his stats, a lot of his open play assist and numbers of chance creations have gone up from 60-40 split in set pieces to 80-20. In terms of goals, this man gets you consistently 7 to 8 Premier League goals for the last 3 seasons. In terms of his versatility, he's played in Brendan Rodgers' system as an 8 as well as a 10. Like, I really don't know what more people want. You know, in terms of whether or not he makes us better, facts. James Maddison makes us immensely better. You add that to maybe somebody like a Bissouma in the back, that becomes a midfield that can compete with the very best in the Premier League. So I really don't understand the limit here on £60 million. I think that's a great deal for him. I don't think it'll actually be that. I think it'll be a little bit higher, to be honest with you, man. But James Maddison's absolutely elite. Don't get it twisted. You know, he is an elite player, both in terms of chance creation, but also for what we need, guys. We need goals in the 10. No matter how much I love Emile Smith-Rowe, he doesn't have the goals right now. Okay, he hasn't shown the final ball consistently. I love him. He's going to have it, but he hasn't shown that. James Maddison does that. And guess what he does it for? Jamie Vardy. Who do we have that's kind of similar? Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. So when you're asking about roles and how does he fit in this team, man, it starts to get really exciting when you start thinking about it. When you start deeping that Vardy connection and how he plays with Vardy, with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, You're telling me that doesn't get you excited? Come on, man. Like, do me a favor.
Definitely does. Thank you, George. Have a good one, bro.
You too, bro.
You coming on, and big up to every single one of you guys watching. Appreciate it. You spent an hour and 20 minutes with us watching, talking about Arsenal, and you know what? I appreciate every single moment of it. Do me a favor, guys. Let's at least get the stream over 100 likes. We're about 7 likes away. If you guys could do that before the end of the stream, that'd be great. And you know what? I'm out of here, guys. Have yourselves a wonderful day. Enjoy the Euros. Enjoy today. And you know what? If anything you guys learned from today's video, you know what it is. When something negative comes out about Arsenal, I tend to think it's fake. When something positive comes out about Arsenal, I tend to think it's fake. Anyways, have a good one, guys. I'm out of here. Peace. What's going on, everybody? I need you guys to go check out my channel and subscribe if you're new. And don't forget to subscribe, hit that button, and hit that notification bell while you're at it, ladies and gentlemen. EGTV, you already know. And if